good morning, everyone. Good morning if you're on the West Coast. Good afternoon if you're in Toronto. And good evening if you're in Paris. Welcome to the webinar. We hope it would have been in live, but we cannot do that. The 10 to Watch panel, the UniFrance's set up 10 to Watch panel. UniFrance has chosen 10 talents of French cinema. They are selected in the best festival in the world. Some are in Toronto, some were selected for Cannes 2020, some were in Sundance. They have directed or they played in movies that are some of the best of the year in France. We have 10 talent to watch. There will be two panels. One will be in another festival, San Sebastián, and half of the 10 to watch will participate to this one. So I'm gonna give the list of those who are not here, but who will be in San Sebastián in a few weeks. We have the actress Noé Habitat, the actor Anthony Bajon, the director of animated movie Rémi Chaillet, the actress Camila Jordana, the producer Hugo Sélignac, and the actress Zita Hanrot. But please, please, please welcome all of our participants today of the 10 to Watch panel of the Toronto International Film Festival. We have with us the director Mouna Doucoure. Bonjour, Mouna.
Bonjour, hello.
Mouna has directed Cuties. That was a huge success in Sundance. She won a director award over there. In Berlin. That was a huge success in France in this release, and now it's on Netflix in the US. We have Suzanne Lindon. Suzanne, bonjour.
Hello.
Ça va, Suzanne? Suzanne Lindon just finished her first movie, The Beautiful Spring Blossom. Suzanne plays and directed the movie. She plays in the movie and she directed it. We're gonna talk about that with her in a few minutes. We have the directors of Gagarine, Fanny Liatard et Jérémy Trouilh. Hey guys.
Hi.
Bonjour. Hello.
Ça va? Everything all right?
Yes.
Gagarine was supposed to be selected in Cannes this year, as was Spring Blossom and the other movie we'll talk in a minute. It's a beautiful first movie. We're going to talk about that a little later. Just to let you know, it was one of the huge success of the Cannes market online in a few months ago. And we have it's kind of a revelation, even if we knew him before. He's a great actor. He's a great young actor of France. His name is Benjamin Voisin, and you have seen it in Toronto in summer of '85, the film by François Ozon. Benjamin, comment ça va?
Très bien, très bien. Je suis très heureux d'être là. Hi, everybody.
Okay, we must say that you see a lot of sun in Paris because it's like 35 degrees Celsius over there today. It's a heat wave in Paris. We love the new climate. All right, guys. First of all, we're very happy to have you with us. One word to all people participating to this panel. You can ask questions. Just type them in the Q&A right on the bottom. You click on Q&A. If you want to type question, type them. I will ask the talents the question you will send us. We're going to ask some of our questions before, and then we'll go to your question by the end of the panel. Okay, guys, let's start by something that kind of strikes me. Because you're a group that represents perfectly what makes the vitality of French cinema. It's one word, is diversity. I mean, diversity of story, diversity of genre, diversity of origins. I try hard to find common ground to all your films. It's almost impossible. They're all different. And that's what I love about a cinematography, wherever it is from, and to have differences, to have like different voices. As young directors and actors, sometimes both, hi, Suzanne. How do you explain that we managed to keep this diversity in our cinema? And what does that mean for you? I'm going to start with, I don't know. Suzanne.
So, hello. Yeah, sorry for my English. I'm a little scared to speak English, so I'm going to do it. But anyway. Yes, I agree. To me, diversity is really important in cinema and everywhere else. But what I really like is to see that we are all actors or filmmakers or both, but we can just talk about things that matters to us. And I think that this is really important, to be sincere and to tell stories that concern us, but that also concerns everyone. And this is what I like. I think that diversity is really important, but we're not actually, the diversity is here in France, but not enough to me. I think we have,
Really?
yeah, we have a lot of work to do, like, again, but I think it's really great to see that we have actors, actresses, sometimes a duet that makes movie, and this is really inspiring to see that we are all young and we are all passionate, and the things that matter are to create, and this is really inspiring. I mean, all the people who are here inspired me in a way, so I'm really pleased to be there.
Who wants to jump in? Mayuna?
Yeah.
On this question,
yeah, I totally agree. The diversity is so important in the cinema industry. It's in fact the mirror of the society. So have the diversity in the cinema is just be close to the reality in our country, in France. And it's just to say everybody is important, everyone matter in the society, and every voices have to be heard. And this is so powerful. And it's important, yeah, to construct the self-esteem, to see someone like you in on the screen, and grew up with a lot of possibilities. So of course, diversity is the inclusion is the key of have to be the key and progress in our cinema.
Fanny, Jeremy?
Yes, yeah, I agree, and we have the feeling. I think that that we are progressing, that we are doing better and better in diversity in France. We have a long way to do, but I'm very happy to see that, for example, because we have only the example of our film Gagarine. The characters in Gagarine are just like French society. Our main actor Yuri is a young black guy who grew up, who was born in France, but his parents are born in Senegal and Guinea, and his best friend is from his neighbor is from Iran. She came when she was 20. Diana, the second main character, she's a Romani. She's from the gypsy communities, and it's just like the society, and it's so important that we can see more and more this real face of France in cinema, of course, and
maybe at least in our film, what we wanted to show is that diversity is a strength when it becomes a community also. When different people can do things together, many times it gives the best of each of those persons. And sometimes, well, it's sure we still have a lot of work to change that image that diversity has sometimes pessimistic visions for the society because of how the media treat diversity, because many times, at least in France, they connect diversity and social difficulties and violence, and at least us, we wanted to, in the film, we wanted to show that, of course, it's much more than that. It's a strength and power of different cultures, different languages, different backgrounds.
But Benjamin, as an actor, you must be very happy to have all these kind of stories coming to you. They are so different and they are so diverse, as I was saying. How much does that open your world? How much does that open the work you can choose from, this diversity?
J'ai absolument pas compris la question.
En gros, le fait qu'il y ait des vraies différences dans les genres et dans tout ce que tu reçois dans le cinéma français, comment ça ouvre tes possibilités? How much does that open your possibilities as an actor?
Okay, I'm trying in English. I'm sorry for my English at first, because I'm not scared, but it's not good. So Okay, let's try. I don't know. I think as an actor, that's completely lovely to change, always change. I mean, you have to stay with the character for a couple of weeks, and then you change. You move on with other people or the subject, and yes, I think I will not do this job if I have to do always the same things. I love to work with people who are not thinking like me, or who are not coming from the way I come. So yeah, that's very lovely to have the possibility to change a lot.
One thing that I found, for all of you guys, one thing that I found very well, I kind of found a common ground to your work. I saw your movies like a couple of times already, and it's that you guys are fearless. You're not afraid of anything. You're not afraid of poetry. You're not afraid of sincerity. You're not afraid of accusing. You're not afraid of going all the way for Benjamin. You do a great job at that in the François Ozon movie, Suzanne too. How would you say that French cinema encourage you guys to go all the way, to give everything you have and be fearless? Who wants to take this? Go for it. Okay, I try with start with Suzanne. I'm going to start with mouna. Sorry.
Yeah, because for my part, my aim doing cinema is to change the world. I want to have a real impact in the world where we are living. And for example, with my film Cuties, it's because I saw so many things, so many issues around me lived by young girls, that I decided to make this film and sound an alarm and say we have to protect our children. So I say that to my film. It's comment dit audacieux?
Bold. It's bold.
It's bold. Yeah, bold. Okay.
Yeah, bold. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. It's bold. It's feminist, but it's so important and necessary to create a debate and try to find solution all together. Me as an artist doing this film, and politician, and education system, and parents, and everybody, because it's a real issue. And I think I love this art cinema, because we can depict our society and try to have solution together.
Somebody wants to answer about the fearlessness of your work? Suzanne.
Yeah, well, I think being fearless is a way to really express ourselves. I mean, in my experience, I had no choice but being fearless, because I wanted to create an object that really looked like me. And it was more than making a film. I wanted to make a gesture, because I've never done anything before. That was the first time I was writing, and the first time I was playing, and I didn't know anything about how to direct a movie, but I did it like if it was unconsciously. And I think that being fearless made me being instinctive, and this is what matters to me. I think that the most important thing is to be really sincere and to deliver a message that really matters to us, so it will talk to anyone. And to do that, I really needed to be myself. And if the film would be loved, then it would be good, because I was going to be totally sincere. And if the film hadn't been liked, then I wouldn't have any regrets, because it was very sincerely that I did it. And being fearless is, to me, the only way that I can do something. But maybe this is not for everybody, but I think I really needed to not to think too much to do what I wanted to do.
Benjamin, you're really going all the way with David in été 85, summer of 85. Is it coming from you, or is it coming from François Ozon, who asked you to play it this way?
I thought I want to have an answer about the fearless. I think I'm not fearless because I always have the fear when I go on a set to have the good emotion, to have the good instinct, the good présent. I don't know how to say present or yeah, and
presence.
But I try to, you know, control this fear and to make it like a good way. But yeah, I'm not fearless, I think. And for David, what is the question?
You are going all the way. Was it encouraged by François Ozon, or did you want to play him this way?
Yeah, no, that was me. François is like, he says 70% of the directing is the casting. So he let the actor do what he wants. And I try to speak with him a lot and to find a good way to play David. And we agree on the way that is I don't know what to say in English. Is smile have to be dangerous. This is all the thing he say to me, and I say, oh my God, I have to play with your smile. Gonna be dangerous. Difficult.
And Fanny, Jeremy, well, fearless is like could be the title of your film. This is like you guys are really, really doing some stuff that I didn't think that you could pull off. And did you ask yourself the question, should we go this far? Should we do that? Should we try to be as poetic as we are, as risky as we are? Or are you guys totally fearless?
Yeah, you have to feel free in your heart to follow what guides you, what gives you the strength of working 4 or 5 years in a project, and don't give up, of course, with this ideal, this dream you have. For us, maybe the poetry is something important, and we tried not to give up with that, not to give up with the desire of having a particular way of telling a story, like each movie should be. Then what I wanted to say about the fearless, I feel it's very linked to the group you build making a film. It began being 2 for us. We have the luck of being friends and working together, and that gives us a lot of strength in front of our fears. And when we doubt, we can share, and when we have a success, we can share. And after, of course, step by step, you meet producers that will become the parents of your film as much as you feel being parent of your film, and the amazing casting director, or the person who will make the ideas you had of what should be a spaceship real. All those things, it's a family you build, and it's amazing when you feel that you found this family.
You guys are lucky. I said that I was going to read the question after all my question, but we have a follow-up on the question before, coming from one of our audience member. We were talking about diversity, and someone is saying, how about LGBTQ themes in movie? How about women director in France? I must say that I live in the US, and French cinema is kind of seen as an example about that. They think that there is a lot of women directors in France, that it is not a problem, there is no differences. We know that it's not this easy. They think that LGBTQ themes are talked about without any problem in our cinema. What can you tell about that? What can you say about how it's seen and it's talked about, and women are seen in the industry in France, and also the LGBTQ question? Let's start with you, Benjamin, since An été 85 is about that.
Oh my God. What's my answer? I think as an actor, I can be more like stupid. Like a director has to create a story. I'm just playing. And as I remember, Francois tells me one day, like 20 years before, you have to talk to an actor, say, come on, you have to kiss a boy, but this is a big part. You have to play this and this. And this is always negotiation. But in my time, I don't know. I never think about this. If I have to be with a woman or if I have to be with a boy, I don't care. I just want to know what kind of love the director wants me to play. And this is all. And I think there is a big movement there. I don't know. Gay movies are not gay movies anymore. That's love movie, and I like it. Yeah, as an actor, that's good, I think.
About the women director question, we have 3 women directors with us. Which one wants to answer, or how it is, what the situation is in France? I'm not going to tell you who's going to answer this question, or maybe I will. Fanny. Fanny, please.
I'm not only a woman because we're directing together, but yeah, I feel again that we are. When we were talking about diversity, it was also talking about gender and etc. But that we are in the good way to make things better. But and we work with a producer, Julie Billy, who is very involved in the collective, an association in France, the collective 50-50, which is aims to make equality between men and women in cinema. So it has to pass by institutional work and efforts for the producing process, the festivals. Everything has to, everybody has to involve and to make efforts to reach equality. But yeah, and I don't know, talking about we don't I don't know, writing our films, we're not thinking about which place we have to give to women, a man, a gay person, LGBT, etc. I don't know. We're just writing stories, and I think they looks like our our like society, our society, people surrounding us. So it's not like a, I don't know. It's not a question. It's just life.
Maimouna, do you want to add something on that? Maimouna?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I think it's, as Fanny said, it's, we are women and have the opportunity to telling stories by women will change the kind of character of women we will see in movies. Have the opportunity to tell a story by LGBT, gonna change the way you're gonna create a character LGBT. It's about have a place everywhere in every step of the creation. It's about have a place not only on the movie, because the movie is a result, but it's before on all the channel of the creation, for more inclusion for the directors, the writer, the institutions, the director's channel, and the distributor everywhere. And if we have that diversity, that parity of gender, of course we will see very good results on the screen.
Suzanne, I'm going to ask you the question too, but you were so young when you made it, when you wrote the movie and when you made it. I mean, for people who don't know, you're 20 now. When you directed the movie, you were like 19, is that it? And when you wrote it, you were like 16. Did you ask the question, did you ask yourself the question of women in film or this kind of thing, or did you just go for it?
No, when I was writing the movie, I wasn't thinking about that because that was the summer before starting high school. So I was just in my head, and I was kind of a dreamer. But now sometimes I hear how brave are you to do a movie when you were a young girl, and being a girl wasn't that too complicated to direct and everything. And I always answer that this is exactly the same as men, and we don't have to make difference. I think equality is the most important thing, and this is why I wanted my two characters in the movie to be totally equal, even though they are not the same age and everything. It's just to me, being a woman or a man doesn't mean that you're just more competent if you're a man, or more sensitive if you're a woman. I don't care about those things. I think that if you have something to do, being a man, a woman, anything, you can do it. And I think that it's a question of people and of personality. If you think that you're capable of doing something, and if you need to deliver a message and everything, then I think that when you believe in yourself, then you can do anything. And this is what matters. Being a man, a woman is not a question. I mean, women and men have to be equals, but that's it. And that's the only question that matters to me.
I think that's kind of sum it up. Guys, you're all at the beginning of your career. Benjamin, you made a few movies before the Ozon. Suzanne is the first one. Jeremy, Fanny, it's the first. And Mouna, it's the first feature. And then you did some shorts before. How difficult is it to be a young filmmaker or actor in France? Is the French industry welcoming for the new talent? Who wants to take that? Please, show me. Jeremy.
So again, only talking from our own experience. Because
that's what I'm asking you.
What I can say is that Fanny and I didn't do any cinema school. And we found many opportunities existing in France thanks to a local network of local contests to be able to do your first short film, of local small schools. I did one for 1 year on documentary. Fanny did a script writer for a few months in the south of France. And so it gave us opportunities to make a first step, and it's always, I feel, the most difficult one. For us, it began with a short film that was already called Gagarine. It was in the same project building in Ivry-sur-Seine, in the south of Paris. And we found on the internet a contest for short films, and we won it. It gave you very few money, and you had 6 months, and you should have to make a film with that, and we gave all our heart to be able to take that opportunity, and hopefully traveled in many festivals. And our producer Julie and Carole from Doucoure, they saw it, and they wrote us on Facebook, and they told us, hey, can we meet? And we had the stars in the eyes, and they said, do you have a feature project maybe? And we said, yes, we want to make Gagarine, and it was 4 years ago. And of course, it took a lot of work. And during those 4 years, we made other short films because we had to learn. So making those other short films, we learned how to direct actors in our own way, and how to develop our own cinematographic identity, let's say. But I feel there is opportunities.
Mouna, you also started with a short that was very, very successful, Moses, who won in Toronto, by the way. I think best film, best short, is it, or best international short? It won in Sundance.
Short, yeah.
Best international short. It won in Sundance too. You got the César for the short, and then you went to the Sundance Institute, and you worked the writing of the features there, and then. How would you say that this international kind of starting of the film helped you in a way? And how was that taken by the French industry? Did that help the movie to be made?
Alors, je crois que je n'ai pas tout compris.
Le fait que le court-métrage ait eu beaucoup de succès à l'international, et fait le Sundance Institute, est-ce que ça a aidé pour faire le film?
Yeah, but I want to say that I didn't go to the Sundance Institute to write my script, but I had a prize, an award with on the script of Cuties. Yeah, I think the fact that my short film won so many awards around the world helps to have win time, because channels and distributors, they wanted to read my next project. So because of that, of course, I was able to have a meeting with them. But it was a really hard work, of course, because I wrote the script during 2 years and a half of Cuties. And as Jeremy said, there is a lot of platform in France to help young directors and young actors. For my part, with my mothers, for example, I've been in Rouge, a lot of workshop for writing script, or to meet a producer as well. There is a lot of a lot of place where you can who helps people, young talents, to create a kind of democratization of cinema, and give that access to people without going in a cinema school.
Benjamin, for the actors, how difficult is it to make it in the business in France?
I think, again, that's more difficult, very more difficult as a director, because yeah, I don't know what I can say, but what is difficult to me is when you finish theater school, you have to wait, try and always answer no. In case if you are Suzanne Lindon, you write a movie, you make it, and you play in it, but this is very rare. So yeah, but for me, I have to admit that was easy, because yeah, I made a lot of casting, maybe, I don't know, 100 for a year, and I was a white guy, and that's sadly to say, but it's, again, yeah, it is more, there is a lot of characters like this, so sadly. But yeah, I think wait is the more difficult. To hope, I don't have a subject to create. I'm waiting for someone who tell me we're gonna share this subject. But yeah.
And Suzanne, I'm going to relate this question to something that I know you don't like to talk about, and I'm very sorry about that. Your parents are Vincent Lindon and Doucoure Berlin. They are famous and great actors in France, but you had like a golden way to make movies, but you rejected that. I mean, you'd say, no, thank you, I'm going to do it my own way. Why did you do that? Can you explain that?
Yeah, I rejected my parents.
No, not your parents. That's not what I meant.
No, I love my parents, but yeah, well, for me, that was a little different, because everything was about legitimacy, and I wanted to feel totally legitimate to do things. And I started to know when I was younger that I wanted to play. I think the first idea I had was to play, but I was too shy to say it because my parents are doing it, and because being a daughter of means nothing to me. I mean, I wouldn't be proud to just be the daughter of my parents, because, well, it's not my fault. I didn't choose my parents, so this is like life, but I don't want to be that. So I felt like I had to do something powerful to exist in this industry. And very naturally, I began to imagine to write me a role, because I wanted to play, but I wanted to feel chosen for the good reasons. So I thought, if I choose me, then I will be totally okay, because I choose me. So I wrote myself a role, and of course, so I accepted my movie because I was the only one to write it. So that was very simple. And And after that, the thing was very complicated because I'm very young and I was just, I was in high school at that time. I found the producer, Caroline Beaumarchand, who is the greatest because she trusted in me, and she hadn't worked with my parents, and that was very, well, that was something that counted a lot to me. And she understood what I had in mind, and she helped me a lot, and she let me be totally free. And then I tried to find money. We didn't have like TV channels or anything. Nobody helped us. We just went to see people that would be okay to help us and who could like the script. And we did it like that. And actually at the beginning, that was something that I made, but I didn't know if it could exist or not. And now it exists and I'm really happy. But yeah, the difficult part was to do it. And it was to exist in all the way, like acting, writing, and directing. I wanted to do everything at the same time to feel legitimate, but I had no idea how to do it. So,
in the film, you have no worries about that. One word about some news from French cinema. We live through a difficult time. Believe me, I wish we were all together on the stage of the Bell Theatre in Toronto to talk together. But this COVID-19 crisis is stopping that. It has affected each and every one of us. All movies too. I mean, you guys, 3 of you guys should have been selected in Cannes, and you are selected in Cannes, but Cannes didn't happen. So please give us some news of the French industry in these times of crisis. Maybe tell your own experience and how it affected your work. I mean, let's start with you, Benjamin.
I don't know. I had to play 2 movies in the summer, and they say we're gonna wait until March. I think so. So yes, this is again we have to wait. But I'm a little bit happy because yesterday I was in theater to see a French movie, and there is a lot of people there. So I think.
Yes, Summer of '85 was one of the first movie restarting the reopening of the theaters in July, is it?
Yeah, but I didn't see Summer of '85 yesterday, of course. Yeah, there is a little bit of hope, I think so. But the industry is going to coming through this, I think so.
Jeremy, Fanny?
Yeah, for us it was somehow we were lucky because we almost finished the film just before the lockdown, so the post-production of the film, so we could send it to Cannes and wait in our small apartments for an answer, and it came from Thierry Frémaux. He called our producers to say he liked the film, so we went down to the street and shot, but we were alone in our joy. But no, and then we had the hope that the festival would take place in another time, but it didn't really take place. But the Cannes market was a chance for us because the film has been sent to many countries and will be seen in the world, I hope, when the situation is better. So it's weird for us because we had not released the film till now. Our team and our actors they didn't see the film, so we can't wait to have this premiere. We're waiting since more than 1 year. It will be in Lyon in the Festival Lumière in October. So, and waiting for that, we're going to the cinema to see your films, which are great. My Mouna and Benjamin, we saw the movies. We're waiting to see yours, Suzanne.
Yeah, because we should add that theaters have reopened in France and festivals are going on. Deauville just ended very recently, and Lumière in Lyon will be in October. Suzanne, maybe an answer to this question?
Yes, as Fanny said, that was the same for me. during the lockdown, I just finished to edit the film, so it was a relief because I could rest a little. But I was waiting for an answer for Cannes too, and I remember that it came after the lockdown. I was on a boat with people I didn't really know, and I had a phone call on my phone, and they said, yes, it's Thierry Frémaux, and I was on the boat. I was, okay, hello Thierry, and he said, yes, I have to say, so I liked your movie, and you're going to Cannes, and I jumped in the water, and nobody understood, and these people said like, okay, we're not gonna be friends with her because she's too weird. But yeah, that was, I think what is really complicated is to see that the movie is going to go all over the world. In San Sebastián, I'm going to San Sebastián on the 21st, I think, and people are buying the movie all over the world, and I'm in my apartment, and I'm just having phone calls like, yeah, we sold it in Japan and we sold it in China, and I'm here in my room, and I can't even imagine that this is possible, that people in China could see the film while I'm in my bed watching Friends and just don't understand what's happened. So that's great, but this is really complicated to really understand what happens. I think, well, this is the difficulty I have, is to really understand what happens to me right now, because it's huge. But this is like having this interview with you. I'm so sad not to meet you in person, but because of the crisis, we have to do this in Zoom, and it's better than nothing. But this is weird to see that it's really happening.
Maimuna?
Yeah, in a way, I can say I was lucky because I was able to made my premiere with Cuties at Sundance and Berlin, and it was just few days after everything was just stopped, and the release of my film was pushed back 3 times. Yeah, because of the crisis. And at the beginning, it should be on March 18, and after April 1st and June 3rd. And we were able to release it on August 19. It's not, it's, yeah, very weird because even in theaters, the theaters can be full of people because of the, you know, the restriction of empty places. But it's fine because I can meet people, and I really like, you know, go meet the public in theaters and debate with them. I used to speak with the public more than 1 hour, or sometimes 2 hours more than the time of the film. It's very passionate, and yeah, I can't wait to have a normal life for everything, because it's not only our industry, everything is impacted by this, and it's sci-fi. It's like we are in a sci-fi movie, but it's real life.
Maimuna, you traveled with the film. I mean, we won't talk about what's happening right now about the film, because it's happening right now. We don't want to add stuff to the fire. But were you expecting that the cultural differences will push people to accept the film in a way or another? Were you ready for the way the movie would be accepted in each countries through cultural differences?
To be sincere, at the beginning, when I planned to make my premiere at Sundance, I say to myself, American people, I don't know how they're gonna watch the film, and it was wonderful. I was at Sundance. The film was released 10 times, and I met the public there. Everything was, they really see what means the film, and because it's an universal issue. It's not only about French society. That hypersexualization of our children is everywhere. It's through social media. Social media is not in our country, it's everywhere. And American people, when I was at Sundance, really was agree with that, and told me that the film is important to, of course, open eyes to this issue and try to fix it. And yeah, you know, the controversy today is it starts with that artwork, and I think everybody knows what's happened.
If we see the film, we are with you, of course.
Yeah. I think the most important is just watch the film, and understand that we have the same fight. That's it.
All around the world.
Yeah.
Suzanne, your film is a beautiful love story. It's a strong, I mean, it's a kind of a song it's kind of a love song on screen. It's beautiful, but it could provoke a controversy. I mean, she's 15, she's 16, she's in love with a 35-year-old. How much do you care about that?
Actually, when I started to write the film, that wasn't something I was thinking of, and I think that because I'm 20 and I have the opportunity to make a movie, I have to deliver a point of view that I really have. And the image of a young girl I wanted to show was a confident young girl who is totally able to be herself with a man, and even if he's older than her. This wasn't a topic in the movie. Of course, this is a topic in life because this is complicated and this is a complicated subject. But here, I wanted to show a love story between two people who are just living the same feeling and who are at the same point in their life, even though they're not the same age. And this is what interested me. This is about being bored with people your age and in your life and in your daily routine. And I think the two characters of the movie are just falling in love with that because they find in each other an answer to their boredness. And this is what matters to me in the film. This is why I tried to deal with it in the most poetic way that I could, because to me, this is really about showing how a young girl can be confident and can be not influenced in front of an older man. She does whatever she wants to do, and he loves her in the purest way, and he's really respectful to her. There's a lot of modesty between them. They're shy, and I think that this is even more platonic. And the fact that this is platonic was very important to me because I had to find a way to make them communicate in their own world. And this is why sometimes in the film they dance together instead of making love, because I didn't want them to touch each other, but I wanted them to feel each other. And to me, this is what is matter in love. I mean, everybody can make love without having feelings, but sometimes we are in love without making love, and this is much more complicated when it's just like that.
Because if you want to see the film, it's in Toronto. It's going to be playing, I guess, tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, Spring Blossom. Also, Annecy 85, Summer of 85 is in Toronto. It played Saturday and it did very well. The reviews are great. Benjamin, Toronto has been a fervent supporter of François Ozon's work. I think he presented half a dozen movies over there, or even more. How would you say that Summer of 85 fits in his body of work, and what does that mean for a young actor like you to be one of the two leads in a François Ozon movie?
I think if François has been in Toronto many times, so people know him, and I think this one is maybe the more intimate. Is it English, intimate?
Absolutely.
Because this is a kind of Isios is telling apart, and for me that was very, very good, because to work with such great director. That's easy. That's really easy because he's so confident. He knows what he wants, and he does what he want. He does what he wants quickly. So you don't have to wait. You have to play every time. Always play. Just play. That's really easy. And you know you're such in good hands. I mean.
And what does that change for an actor to be in another movie? I mean, is it changing stuff?
Is it what?
Is it changing some stuff for you as a young actor? Is it opening doors?
I don't know. I'm going to wait, but for now that's too early to say. But I don't know. Okay.
Fanny, Jérémy, I have no word to describe your film. I mean, it's an experience like no other, and I can tell people who are listening now, watch Gagarine. It's a very, very, I don't know if you're gonna like it or not, but it's something that you've never seen before. We've seen tons of movies about the suburbs, about the projects, but this one, never. It's amazing. And I was amazed, but I was thinking, it's an experience, an art project. You will never make any money, and that's okay, it's not fine. But you said it before, can market, and you sold it everywhere in the world. How do you explain the international appeal of the film?
Well, maybe there is something related to the context of the moment. We were all locked down, like 3 billion people around the world, and our main character has to lock down. I won't tell why, but he found himself alone in his building, and he has to find a way to reinvent his daily life. And but it's not a dark movie. It's a movie that talks about, of course, a difficult situation, but it is full of light, and I hope it has poetry, and it gives hope also somehow, because our main character has many dreams, and he goes with friends that he chooses and who become his community, who are different from him, but who also have big dreams. And together they build something. And maybe this, in this particular context, allowed people to connect to Yuri and his dreams. And maybe that people wanted this kind of softness. I don't know what else I can say.
Fanny?
We I guess also we all have a story with a place. We all have lived something with an apartment or a building, or just a home, or something we can call home. So, and our film is talking about living a home, and which is a home because there are 4 walls, but also because of the people living around this home. So I guess it can be universal. And also, of course, you told it. It's a film taking place in the suburbs, in the project, and we saw that when we traveled to show our short film before the feature, we met people in other countries that had the same issues with the suburbs, and it talks to in many countries you have this bad image of the projects of the suburbs, and we tried to tell another to show these places in another way, to show the story of a hero, Yuri, who has big dreams, as many young people have in all over the place. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna be out of time soon, but I wanted to say hello to Ines Fernandez. She follows us from Lima in Peru. She's over there watching the panel. Since we're talking about the international aspect of French cinema, I'm going to quote François Truffaut because first, François Truffaut always tells the truth, always told the truth. He said one day that the more you talk about your village, the more you talk to the world. Do you guys agree on that? And how do you plan to keep doing that in your future? Suzanne? Yeah, I don't know why, Suzanne.
Yeah, I agree with François Truffaut. I mean, I always agree.
Always have to agree with François Truffaut.
No, but I think that this is true. When you talk about something that really concerns you, then you're really honest while you're talking about it. And I think that being sincere or doing things sincerely is the only way to doing things well. And I think this is what he wants to say while saying that. But talking to what surrounds you is the way for me to be always inspired and to be always honest with the people I'm talking to. And if you tell a story that concerns yourself, it's not being selfish or being self-centered. No, it's just being honest and saying the truth about a situation you know. And really often situations you know are universal. And I think this is what is magical in cinema and in movies, is the universal part of them. I mean, I don't know, movies about love, movies about family, movies about anything. Everything deals with different emotions. And I think that this is really reassuring to see that someone talks about something that concerns him, but it concerns you too. I mean, this is what I think is beautiful. Like, I haven't seen all the movies here, but Summer of '85 and Jérémy and Fanny's movie and Mignonnes' movie are gonna like ring a bell for me, and I'm gonna identify in their story in a way. And this is what moves me when I go to the movies. This is to find the place where I'm gonna recognize myself in it. So yeah, the more you talk about yourself, the more you talk to the others, I think.
Benjamin, do you agree?
Yes, of course, I agree with François Truffaut. He always says the truth. So, no, what can I say? Yes, he says the truth. But in our case, this is more special because we have the best village in the world. Everybody knows France is the best country. But yeah, I agree with what Suzanne said. I could say this, but not as good as she said it. So yeah.
Jérémy, Fanny, very quickly. We only have 2 more minutes.
Yeah, we for Gagarine, we spent 3 years in Gagarine, the neighborhood, and the inhabitants inspired us. So I think we will continue to write movies in real context and meeting people and feeling emotion with real people, and then write stories, fictions, try to put magical in our lives.
Jérémy?
The same. I agree with Liatard.
Your turn, Maimona.
Yeah, my work is often very personal, inspired by my own story. For example, Mother is my life, and in Cuties is the little girl that I was when I was 11 years old, and it's also 1 year and a half research, meeting a lot of young girls telling me their story, and everything is very true and personal. And I agree, of course, if you put something very intimate, you can be very universal.
Okay, we have 1 more minute, guys. I will ask you, each and every one of you, do you have a message or something to say to all the people in Toronto or all over the world watching this now about how full you are in cinema, and how full you are that things are going to get better, and next year we'll be all together on the stage of the Toronto Bell Lightbox. Do you have anything to tell these people watching us now? We're starting with, not Suzanne, it was all the time. Go, Benjamin.
Yes, I'm gonna end with a big peace and love. And yes, I think love each other is a good end.
Okay, Maimouna?
So your question is just one last word, right?
Yeah, you have to say something to the people watching us from Toronto all over the world now. What would it be to give us hope for the future?
Yeah, just watch our film. My film is now on Netflix in Toronto and in theaters in France. Just, yeah, watch, share, and love. Thank you.
Fanny, Jérémy?
Yeah, watch, love, share, and take care.
Yeah, we hope you are very well. We hope we all will be soon very well and be able to meet all together, hundreds, thousands, please. We can't wait. We can't wait to see cinemas full again all around the world. It's so important, and it gives us so much strength and dreams. But it will come. We are all hopeful.
Suzanne, for once I'm finishing with you, not starting.
No, I agree. I think we have to continue to go to the movies and continue to meet people, even though we are wearing that mask and even though we are Zooming. I think this is the new greatest way to meet people is Zooming. So yeah, I think we have to continue to be happy and to be free, even though it's a little complicated. I think we need to be free, especially during these complicated times. So yeah.
Suzanne, Fanny, Jérémy, Maimouna, Benjamin, merci beaucoup pour ce débat. Thank you so much for this debate. Thank you, UniFrance's, for putting that together. I wish we were all to be together. I'm pretty sure that you all got a lot of applause if we were in a room with all the audience. Thank you so much. I was very happy to spend this hour with you. It was a 10 to watch panel for the TIFF from UniFrance. Thank you very much.